Namaste, guys. So today, September 22nd, and especially tomorrow, September 23rd, we are entering the point of autumn equinox, right? And it's one of these very charged and very powerful points on the wheel of the year. If we look at the year, as a circle, right? Circle of time that we journey through together with the sun. Yes, and then the summer solstice, winter solstice, the equinoxes. Those are like the main energetic points that separate these periods of time, and they celebrate the specific, very powerful energy portals along this time. So Mabon, or fall equinox, Mabon is the name from Celtic tradition, but this festival, this day, and is celebrated like in the ancient cultures especially. It's been celebrated all over the planet. Japan, Persia, and all kinds of cultures, Europe, Russia, and India. Also, we still quite much notice and celebrate these points of time too. So this is the time, autumn equinox is the time when we've just finished the our journey of the light time of the year, right? We were journeying with the sun, the lightest time of the year, when the days are longest and the nights are shortest. And so on the autumn equinox, we're celebrating the time of harvest, when the the wheat, the vegetables, the fruits, everything is ripe, right? All the fruits of our work should be ready around this time, and it's time to give thanks to the creator. It's the time to give thanks to Mother Nature, Mother Earth, for all the gifts that they've been giving us. It's time to give thanks, to the powers of light that they've been feeding us light for last half of the year, and we were supposed to be absorbing that light, collecting that light. And so around this time, autumn equinox is the time when we need to like really take this light inside, enjoy the sunny days and really take this light inside, because we're going to start the journey towards the darkness, towards the dark time of the year. And it's the time when we turning inside into ourselves for more of like an inner journey, right? When there's lots of sun and it's warm and hot, and summertime is so beautiful, and we want to be outside, we want to connect with the nature, we want to eat the energy of the sun and everything. We want to nourish ourselves with that energy. And now with the autumn equinox, we're going into the dark time, so we need to preserve that light. And it's time when we'll be practicing cultivating that inner light. And darkness plays its role, it's equally important. That's why we have light time, light half of the year, and the dark half of the year, right? And so the darkness is very important. Only light has its value only when we have the darkness. So darkness is the time when like we can't see so much outside, right? Nature becomes more dull. I mean, of course it depends on your region and all that, but that's the symbolism, and like these are the energies coming through for the whole northern hemisphere. And so this is the time when like this darkness invites us to go into our homes and take that light, take that joy, take that those herbs and whatever we could receive in this sunny time of the year. We're invited to take it in. and we invited to, you know, go into inside ourselves and reflect and you know, live more inside of ourselves, basically. And so autumn equinox is a beautiful time, of course, for giving thanks and giving gratitude, but also reflecting on ourselves and looking into ourselves and actually understanding what is that what we're gonna take with us to the next phase of time, to the next half of the year, to the next winter, right? Like European area, America, and all that. We're shifting into the winter time. So what is that we're going to take with us, or what is it what needs to be left behind? What is this that, you know, what is it in us or in our lives that's not serving our journey anymore? And it's the time when the leaves become dry, and so it's like, you know, it's good to make a bonfire. And tomorrow I'm gonna make a bonfire, and it's good to put those dry leaves into the bonfire. But with the dry leaves we can write down some things, or maybe take some old things from our home that represent like all those old parts of ourselves that we want to let go of. Of course we can write it down too, you know. And of course it's a powerful time. We are in the eclipse, karmic eclipse corridor. It's time of Pitru-Paksha, as I was mentioning in previous video. And so this is an incredibly powerful time, and the planetary combinations are such that our we're like having access to that darkness, like darkest aspects of ourselves, darkest aspects of our psychic, of our subconsciousness, thanks to the Shani retrograde, Saturn retrograde, and thanks to the Lilith that's very much affecting our planetary combinations right now. She's very much at play. So, you know, Lilith, she brings up that darkness, so we can, you know, we can look at it. We can look and understand what is that darkness. What do we do with it? Does it need to be healed? Does it need to be dissolved? Does it need to be burnt in the equinox bonfire? What is it that disturbs our journey? What is it that's stopping us from blooming and, you know, blooming in our whole power? And so this is time of gratitude. This is time of letting go. This is time of cleansing. One of the symbolism of this time is the apples, right? There's like the final apple harvest is here, and like I have a couple of apple trees behind my window in my garden. They're like literally, we've been having so many apples this year. I mean, in the last year and so on, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with those apples yet. There's just so many apples, but it's beautiful, you know. It's like a bliss. It's a bliss to see those apple trees blooming in springtime, and you know, and then everything is just so green and lush in summertime. And now from the end of the summer we had those beautiful pink apples just like covering all the trees. Basically, it's a bliss, it's a blessing, you know. It's a blessing to have a good harvest. It's a blessing to you know, to be living in this beautiful planet, surrounded by the beautiful nature. So this is the time to give thanks, and once again, giving thanks to the nature, bringing offerings to the nature, you know, doing some rituals, coming together as family and friends and doing gratitude rituals together. And one more thing that's important, we're going through the period of Pitru-Paksha and Vedic tradition. So it's a wonderful time to connect with our ancestors and do ancestral pujas, rituals, and feed our ancestors, right? It's like, it's thanks to them that we're here today, and we possess the qualities and what that they passed down to us, like qualities, talents, whatever it is. And this, like, I mean, they are in our DNA. So this body, this mind, intellect, even the tone of our voice, whatever it is, it's all inherited from our ancestors, right? So we're like so interconnected with them, And in modern society, we pretty much not understanding the value of that connection. So this is a brilliant time around the equinox time, and like till the a little further to this couple of weeks till the beginning of October 2nd, to connect with our ancestors, you know, also to offer them some beautiful fresh apples, or cook some food for them and share it with them, and sit down and, you know, pray about them, pray for their souls, and pray to them, asking for their support. And as I was promising before, I'm going to make a little video about that, how we can worship the memory of our ancestors, what kind of rituals we can do, something that can be, you know, it's not difficult for anyone, we can do it. It's but it can be very fruitful and beautiful, and it's like a tradition that you guys can like start in your family, and, you know, pass down to your children and pass down to next generation. Because, you know, times are changing. We're living in a time of great changes, and the world is changing, and the old world is crumbling, and we are like conscious people, spiritual people, healers, messengers, just people who work on themselves, you know, and follow people who follow their hearts, and, you know, follow the calling of their inner voice. We are the people, we are the birth givers of the new world, and in this new world we'll be remembering, we'll be using lots of ancient secrets and ancient traditions, and as it's been prophesied, ancient gods are awakening at this time for this new world, right? Ancient gods, they're not gone. They were like, just many of them, they were like asleep for a while, and now they are reawakening for this time. So these kind of traditions, this kind of skills, we need to remember them, and we need to teach those to our children. And you know, and it will be time, it is the time when we you know, we can't be foolish, we can't be blinded by the technocratical world anymore, right? Because of course the world is advancing, and it's advancing for our benefit too, and it's beautiful, right? But there's lots of, it's still Kali Yuga, so there's lots of traps in this modern reality, you know, like the phones, the social media, the cars, then this, then that, and there's like the food, how it is, you know, everything is packaged, and this, how everything is fast, and this is, it's good, it's comfortable as long as it serves to our benefit. But there's lots of traps in all this, what's happening. So this is the time when we need to stick to our roots, to keep you know, to keep sanity, to stay insane, to keep clarity within our consciousness. It's important to stick to our roots, to be grounded, to connect with the nature. And celebration of these type of festivals, like equinoxes, solstices, right? They have different names in different cultures, right? Mabon is a Celtic name, but like, let's say in ancient Vedic Russia, we have different names for that. And, you know, Vedic Russia, why we call it Vedic Russia, it's very much connected with Vedic India. This basically the same culture, but names are a little different. And so this is tapping to this day, stepping to this point in time together, and those points of time, they're directly connected with natural rhythms. It's important for our energies, it's important for our consciousness to remember to tap into the natural rhythms, because the modern life, like city life, it becomes very, you know, like artificially charged, and, you know, modern society is living according to the artificial calendar, right? It's not, it's the calendar, Gregorian calendar, before it was established by the Roman emperors, right? Julius and Caesar. And there's lots of ego competition in the way how they were installing this artificial calendar that we came to finally. But natural calendar is different. It's a lunar calendar. It's based on the moons, right? And it's based on this journey of the sun around its circle. And so these festivals of the wheel of the year are important for us. Those are not just like festivals like, oh, we need to celebrate this, even though we do celebrate, right? Like Halloween, for example. Halloween is Samhain, is like one of the beautiful festivals of the wheel of the year. But these are spiritual festivals. These are spiritual points of time to keep us reminded of what's going on. What do we need to check within ourselves, and what, what do we need to what do we need to analyze, and to remind ourselves to take time, to understand where we're going. Where are we going? What are we taking inside with us? What are we leaving behind? What are we burning? Or what are we growing in the gardens of our souls, in the gardens of our lives? What do we want there to grow? What kind of, what do we want to receive in this life? We need to work towards that, and for that it's important to stop at these points and come together, do it on our own, light the candles or light the bonfire, arrange our crystals however we want to do it. There's many different options, but even like lighting a candle, for example, for this festival, lighting up a candle, maybe like you can create like a Mabon or autumn equinox altar, let's say, and just light a candle, put some fruits that grown in your garden if you have a garden, and like give thanks to the creator in the form that is close to you, either it's Buddha or Tara or Allah or Jesus Christ, whatever it is, and give thanks to your ancestors, and just make it like a beautiful ritual. And another very important thing is that equinox is about the equanimity, balance. So try to observe yourself around these days and try to keep the balance within yourself. And I know it's a little challenging now with all the eclipses energy. Eclipses energy is very high, and it's a little bit of a turbulent time, and we've all been experiencing that, right? So this is the time when we need to go a little inside and like make sure we keep the balance, right? It's the time when we need to make sure that the balance is there in our lives. And like if we're emotional, to look at these emotions, understand, not to run away, but like go deep into the roots of these emotions and learn for ourselves, why are they coming up, what do they represent, or like when we understand them, explain it to our partners or to our if we don't have some kind of complete understanding with someone, to explain to them what's happening, and try to balance things out, try to find that harmony inside ourselves, because harmony is always available as long as we are truthful with ourselves, and as long as we're looking for this harmony. There's always like an island of harmony within us, even if something is crazy going on around us. And that island of harmony is it's a place where we need to come back to, and like sit on that island, and and meditate and light a candle, and just sit still and like say, okay, I have the island of peace and harmony within myself. What do I need to do to make it bigger? What do I need to expand it? What do I need to do with my life to fix the other side? But that you need to imagine that island of harmony within yourself is a safe place. Even if life goes crazy, or I don't know what, you need to believe that when you go into that island of harmony and peace within you, even if it's tiny, still there's space like that for you. It's island of sanity, and you need to hypnotize yourself. You need to make yourself believe that When you're on that island, you're in peace. It's like your refuge. And nothing can harm you. Nothing can disturb you when you're there. Okay, and so please use it if you need to, and you can naturally create some kind of like little meditation for you using this image, using this idea of some abode of harmony within yourself, because it's true, we all have that, but that's just something that we need to cultivate, and something that we need to worship and visit as often as it's possible. So it's a beautiful time, and powerful time too. We're going through an extremely powerful time. So it's like we right now with the eclipses and Pitrapaksha and all these and that, it's like we're going through portal within the portal within the portal. And if you go to the portal within a portal within a portal, it allows you to come to like the place where you need to arrive, right? It's kind of like narrows down the the reality around you, and it narrows it down till like there's some point where you need to arrive. You need to arrive, right? And you need to arrive there for a reason. So just like trust that universe is taking you to that point, and like Equinox is definitely could be one of those important points right now. So take your time to slow down and sit down and like learn this point, see what's there here for you, what's there for you, right? Of course, it's not just about the ritual and the meditation. Watch yourself during these days, like today, tomorrow, like in next few days especially, and take time to be in the nature too, and connect with nature, and just relax into the nature and allow the nature to cleanse you and heal you, and connect with the elements, and like hug a tree and pray with the water, and do whatever you need to do. Of course, go to the temple or to the church or mosque or whatever it is. I had a beautiful day today, connecting with my beautiful power tree. It's a birch tree where I like to chill when I have time, and I made offerings to the river, my favorite river. I've been bringing offerings to the goddess of that river and the elements, the spirits of the river for years and years. So I brought some offerings from the ceremony that I did a while back on a very powerful full moon Vedic ceremony. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful to continue that full moon ritual that I did and offer that to the river, like to expand my blessings, expand my prayers and these beautiful high vibrations with the nature, and bring this humble offerings to her. But at the same time, once again to come back to my old friend, like my power tree, birch tree, to hug her, to kiss her, and to there's like a kind of laying place that I have there to lay down with her, and just like life is changing. Life never stays the same. Life is always changing. We're changing. The world is changing. Things will be changing, but we can come back to our places in the nature, or come back to these places inside of ourselves, and that's where we can feel at peace, because those are our safe islands, our spots of harmony and peace and safety, and those are very important. So you guys, please remember to connect with nature. Nature is the greatest healer. We just need to come and share our pain, or share our gratitude, share our prayers with her, and relax into her, trust her. Like when I was going through the hardest points of my life, very cold times, very dark times, and very lonely times and all that, at that point I almost lost my faith in gods, my guides. I still have strong connection and faith with my goddess, when my Kali and her different aspects, like dark goddess. But I felt lost because like my other gods or guides, like I lost that. I felt so lost. I lost people in my life. Like I lost my track of where I was going. I lost everything at that point. It seemed, at least like huge aspect of my life, and you know, huge aspect of myself, my idea of self. And so nature was that power that kept me going, that kept me alive, and that giving me that support that no one else was able to give to me at that time, you know. No one else was able to give me that support, and nature was there for me. And as I said, I kind of lost my faith in the God, those forms of gods or saints that I used to connect with. So I was praying to the nature and praying to the trees and to the earth and to the river, just praying and praying. And you know, nature would speak to me and would give me incredible signs, and it was like very powerful. And it was like, specifically for me, it was connected with astrology, because I'm into astrology and all that. So you know, universe is amazing. Once again, finishing this video and reminding you guys, same thing, you know, this universe is full of love for us. And when we're going through hard times, when we're going through darkest times, there's a reason for that. There's a deep reason for that. And we need to be, even when it feels like the world is, you know, crumbling, still there's deep reason in that, and there's deep love behind it. So happy autumn equinox, and you know, may you find time, and may you find time to give thanks, and you know, give thanks and receive the blessings. We need to find time to give thanks and receive the blessings. And that's what ritual for me is. Well, that's what meditation for me is, most of all. It's not about the techniques that much. It's about just finding and making that time on our own or with our loved ones, you know, to give thanks and to receive the blessings, and to, you know, let go whatever doesn't serve us. So thank you guys, and may you have absolutely blissful autumn equinox. We are in it, it's happening. And yeah, may you have a powerful continuation of your eclipse, karmic eclipse corridor. May you be blessed. Om Namah Shivaya.